it's scary for me personally. I'm not gonna lie about it. I do feel like it's gonna be a little bit scary because today we are gonna be reacting to the engineering talking with Torsten. This video came out, I think, 2 days ago. I haven't got to watch it yet, so I'm going to be reacting to it live with you guys because, again, I'm not always clued up with things that are going on, and you guys can explain things to me. So we're going to be reacting to this, learning about engineering, because engineering is coming sooner than we all imagine. Like, it's going to be here in like a couple of weeks. I promise you, I think before Christmas, we're going to be seeing engineering. Hopefully it comes out in a good state, so when CIG go on holidays, it's not that bad, and they don't need that many people to fix it. Let me stop all the yapping. Let's react to this engineering talking with Torsten. It is a 13-minute video, so it's probably going to take us like 30 minutes to react to this. But yeah, let's get right into this.
So we've been talking about engineering in one way or another for several years now, whether that's ISC.
I am really looking forward to see what you all will be doing with it.
Or SCL.
Is engineered this absolutely enormous behemoth thing that's going to ruin everybody's experience?
Why?
If you're into that,
music is very unserious.
Or even two different CitizenCon presentations.
We already talked about it several times, but wait, there's one more thing.
When I was dressed up as a late-night television host vampire and dumping sand throughout the LA office without permission.
Don't ever do this again! They're begging me not to continue! But we will show them! Count Disco does not know how to listen!
I am so confused. What is going on?
Yes, it was a different time. But over the years, the systems have continued to evolve, and now, after 7 videos, several Arena Commander and Tech Preview tests, and the current PTU cycle underway now, we've never been closer to bringing the next evolution of spaceflight to life ahead of our intended release later this month. So rather than go through every detail once again of what you're already experiencing on the PTU now, I sat down with Torsten for this short discussion of what I'm calling Inside Star Citizen, Talking with Torsten, the 8th show about engineering.
That's dead as a Star
before it's been
Kid
released.
Where the hell is the
And that's why we didn't do another CitizenCon thing this year. All right, we can probably shorten it to just Talking with Torsten.
So, right off the bat, it's been a year since we did that last ISC on engineering. What's the same? What's changed?
We didn't change a lot. What did change is the main direction of the feature itself.
Just the main direction.
Just the main direction. Technically, everything that you had in the Arena Commander, everything that we talked about still stands true. So everything that we discussed, all the intentions we had, still stands true. We had before, like, the direction of things have to happen. You have to be on your toes. You have to be very reactive to everything that is happening. We noticed that this is not particularly fun. So
just giving people something to do is not enough.
It's not going to be fun.
Giving people something to do can be really fun, but it pulls too much attention to these things, rather than of the gameplay that you should experience.
Yeah, most definitely. I do feel like it's going to put a lot of pressure on people because think about it, like you're having a gunfight and now you can't just 100% focus on the gunfight. You have to focus on if anything goes wrong, we need to be able to get something to get out there. So that's why it's going to always benefit multiple people because one person can fully say, okay, boom, look, I'm driving and I'm the better shooter, so we're gonna go and I'm gonna do the dogfighting. If anything at any point goes wrong, you have to go back there and fix that fire. You have to go back there and fix that quantum drive. You have to go fix that cooler, that shield generator. You have to do that thing. So it's always gonna benefit more than one person. And I feel like that's where it's gonna change the solo and like crew gameplay.
Fire detected.
So the direction that we got was, and we are now acting on, is that engineering gameplay is there to extend the lifetime of the ships rather than making your life miserable on a ship.
It's a nice change.
I think
life is already miserable on this ship.
Yes.
Let's refresh ourselves on the basics of how it works for people who haven't gone back and watched the 7 previous videos. The first thing is preemptive or preventative, the stuff that happens before things happen. Tell me how you use engineering to prepare your ship.
One of the main things right now that you have to do, or you should do, is prepare for travels. So you should
like that. I
buy
like being able
fuses
to prepare
ahead
for
of
travel.
time so that you can replace them once they break on the ship.
Damn, right. So you're gonna have to have a whole bunch of fuses, maybe 1 or 2 spare generators. But again, you know this is right. Unironically, I am actually going to be happy that they've added another money sink. you're going to have to sink money into having things ready to go. More drives, more coolers, more everything. Money sinks are not a bad thing, especially in a game like Star Citizen, where like once you have too much money and you don't know what to do with it, you're kind of bored. So a money sink is going to be really, really good, you know?
Buy enough filled RMC canisters so that you are able to repair the components on site.
As you go, yeah.
So this is like the prep work, the first, hopefully, 5 minutes, if we can make something work.
He's trying to get vendors added to this.
First legend.
Yes. You know how to run around. We'll
The
see if
legend.
we end up with that or not. I'll say it. You don't have to say it. Continue.
For bigger ships that allow components to be swapped out in fight or in your travels, you can also prepare by
You can
buying
get
components
guns,
and
all
then,
of these things,
storing them on the ship so that
and just
you can
store them.
replace them.
Like, think about
So-
it, like, when you're going out and you know the mission is going to be tedious, you know it's going to be a lot of dogfighting, you can have parts in there because if something breaks and you can't get that thing, you might be able to either, and no, think about the possibilities of you go out, you're dogfighting, you're fighting different ships that are close to the size of you or have the same size components. You destroy your ship. They say, oh, well, in that dogfight, we lost one of our coolers. Well, that ship right there that we just killed has coolers the same size as ours, and their coolers seem to still be intact. Let's go take them. If they're a little bit damaged, let's repair them with the repair gun, right? We're repairing them, and now we're going to shove them into ours because we don't have one anymore because ours was completely destroyed. Those are the kind of things that's going to add such, like, because, you know, for me, it's like when you finish a mission, the best parts about missions is what you do afterwards. Oh, I just finished this mission. Oh, we can scrape down this vehicle. We can crunch this vehicle. We can steal the components. We can steal the loot inside these vehicles. Now it's like we actually want to steal the components because sometimes you don't want to steal components because you're just either better or you don't even need new components because you just like outfitted your ship. But it's like, okay, we need a new quantum drive or we are not getting this ship home with all these goods in it. They have a quantum drive. We're actually gonna steal their quantum drive and put it into our ship. That adds another level of gameplay, another level of after the fight. This is what we're doing, you know?
First part of engineering resource network is preparation. In the single seat ships, the fighters and stuff, does this still affect their day-to-day life?
No. So yes, but no.
Wait, you
So,
said no. I
so
thought, yeah,
engineering
you said
gameplay
no.
affects everything.
Right.
What engineering gameplay does there is that it extends the lifetime. So imagine you are on your single-seater fighter, you're not doing too well, and you barely survive. Now you can use the MFD to repair the components that allow you to travel back home. So this is the extension of the lifetime.
And look, it's got a timer. So, okay, so let's say you're in a fight and you're trying to repair your stuff. There is a timer before it's actually going to get repaired. So you still have to survive for that amount of time. I like that. I really
the
like
ship
that
that
right
you
there.
invested time in.
And so then for ships with interiors up to the bigger multi-crew ships,
Yes.
the next big change with engineering is a damage to your components.
So on the ships with interior, you will have access to the components.
Yeah.
By having access to the components, there's the chance for you to repair on-site or repair while they are taking damage.
So
Normally
can
you would
repair
die
while you're taking
in the
damage.
game that is like at 4.4, but with engineering gameplay, you would be able then to point the repair gun at the component,
What if
bring
your
it back
ship
from
is
0
soft
health
dead?
to full health.
Well,
so
what
you
if
get
your ship
power
is
plant back.
soft-deaded?
Or you extinguish the fire, repair afterwards, and then you're ready to go. And that scales now with the amount of people that you can fit on your ship. So yes, the next chapter of engineering is repairing and exchanging of components and potentially exchanging fuses.
And it's not just managing the components, it's managing the relays. How do the relays work?
They
Yeah, I
changed
need
a
to know
little.
this.
So
I
if you
know nothing
recall
about this.
in the early tech preview and even the early Arena Commander mode, relays were like the weak point of any ship. We thought back in the day that this is a
Yeah, because I remember one time I was in my Cutlass Black. I found the Cutlass Black and I took out one of the fuses. And then when I tried to turn on the ship, it wouldn't turn on. I was like, what the hell? And I didn't realize that it was because I took the fuse out. So I just left the ship there and I freaking had to run around and broke my way into another ship to get home. So that's what happened is I took out the freaking fuse.
really, really good idea. And to a degree, it would be. But with ships where some relays are placed in a very accessible position for getting shot at some point there will be the expert players that will just target those and you will be rendered useless within a blink of an eye, which disagrees with the statement of we have to bump up the TTK here. So relays and fuses are still relevant, but if a relay does not hold any fuses anymore, basically the ship cannot support the full amount of power that the power plant would allow you to have.
Right.
It makes sense to repair or restock the fuses.
But it's not going to stop your coal. It's not going to prevent doors from opening anymore.
Right.
If you don't effectively address the needs of your components.
But now let's say I have a big ship and someone took a relay from somewhere close to the cargo bay. Is it going to say cargo bay, like you've lost the relay at your cargo bay? Because how am I going to know? If the ship has 6 or 7 relays, how am I going to know which relay was actually just like disabled? Is it going to be like have a way to let you know where you're going to go get this? Like where you have to replace it at, you know?
It can now generate a new hazard for the interiors of spaceships, fire.
Warning, fire detected.
So fire can happen in several ways in our game. So one aspect is exterior induced damage to your ship that can cause fire. Components will trigger fire based on hits from bullets. So energy weapons are right now the most effective one in setting interiors on fire if they hit the components.
Energy
on the interior,
weapons will set things on
versus
fire.
ballistics, they have a very small chance of igniting the components. And the next big thing is mismanagement of your ship. So if you make your ship run too hot, so if you, for example, think you don't need the full power on your coolers.
Coolers are gonna be a thing, guys. We've been literally always shutting off one whole set of coolers. Oh no, we're gonna have to need all our coolers. But yeah, ballistics, I feel like ballistics are gonna be really OP. But if you want to set people on fire, they're saying it's better to use lasers. But I get it, lasers are hot beams, right? So I guess they would put things on fire a little bit more than ballistics, unless you have like explosive rounds or something.
That means that all the other components start to overheat. We have a system in place that basically has the auto shut off of some of the components, but sometimes that might not be enough. So the temperature rises so high that the component itself incinerates, and then you have a fire due to this systemic approach. And then
Wait, I just thought about something, guys. I am actually a cretin. I am a gremlin. I am actually a gremlin. This is what I just thought of. What if, let's say you go to like a hot tour location, whatever, and you get like, I don't know, a Polaris power plant, right? Just think about it. And you go, like you see a parked ship or you're in a dogfight or whatever, and you manage to tractor beam or drop one of those power plants and shoot it while it's falling. Can you explode someone's ship using a giant power plant and dropping it on them? Like imagine someone just parked down and he just parked down. You drop the power plant on them and you explode that thing. Can you destroy someone's ship or set it on fire with components now? Like dead ass.
And the third type is malfunctions. These are induced by the wear and tear. So the higher the wear and tear of the component, the higher the chances is in different stages that they can trigger an ignition.
You've repaired it a few times, but you haven't replaced it.
Correct, yes.
And in dealing with fire, how do you deal with fire?
So you have the extinguisher that we now place in every ship.
Which
is the active counter to that.
Because if you have multiple fires.
Fire extinguisher point to the same fire, so they're much quicker. That's the most straightforward way. The next way is venting the ship. And for the release, the way that you will be able to do that is by daisy chaining doors. So what you have to do, basically open the door next to the next door so that you at some point reach a door that leads to the exterior.
And vent the atmosphere.
And vent the atmosphere out.
Right, so
Sounds
you
like
just open all.
The second player playing Gyromite back in the day.
And you just go open all should work then.
So yeah, preparing with replacement components and fuses if you have interiors.
Ah, damn. So you're telling me you have to, okay, so if you want to regenerate, it has to be inside the actual slot on the wall. But damn, yeah, no, it does seem like it's gonna be a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like if you have a smaller ship, it's not gonna be that rough. I feel like I think anything from that size, it's gonna be worth it. Because let's say a Taurus or whatever, it's not that hard or it doesn't take that long to get to like the components and then back to your seat, you know? So the Zeus, yeah. So I think ships around that size are going to be okay. Anything bigger, like bigger than that, is going to be just totally fried.
Repairing those components and replacing those fuses if they take damage, and then dealing with fires. That's essentially the engineering loop that's on its way in 4 or 5. We've recently been in tech preview testing. How's that been going?
The feedback that we received is helped us a lot, and helped us also to make some points in some of the changes that we have been seeing now between the different tech previews, which is really good because it brings the gameplay to exactly what we want to have, which is extending lifetime of ships and not being
Yeah, but I'm gonna be happy
annoyance, the
with
constant
the
annoyance.
extended
One
lifetime
thing
of
that
ships.
had to come with the engineering gameplay.
Because when I first started playing Star Citizen, like sometimes my ship would take damage, and that was when I was trying to do the hand salvaging because I wasn't sure how it worked or if it did work, and I kept trying hand salvaging, and I do hand salvaging, and I'm looking at my ship like, oh look, there's a dent in my ship, or oh, some of my hull is scraped off, and I take the gun and I like repair it, and I felt that was really cool. The fact that I was out there in space using my own canister to repair my ship and then get back on my ship and fly off. So now that's even more viable, which is always going to be nice. And the guns, the freaking I think they're called cambio. The cambio guns now have a purpose. Like before, what are you going to use a hand salvaging gun for? But now you can actually use it to fix things. It has a purpose. It actually makes sense, and I like that.
It's a full rebalance. So a full rebalance of all weapons, of all ship components, of like basically how our character, the ship, functions in the game. I think we are approaching right now a good baseline for the release. So I'm hoping that we get some more testing in, because the longer we have the tech preview running, the more we see what needs still to be updated. So
Now, at the time that this airs, because we're recording this rather early in November, we'll be on PTU. We'll be on PTU with full-blown testing for an intended December release, which is really exciting.
Yeah,
Ending the year
that's
with
crazy.
a new
That's
star system wasn't
anytime
quite
now.
enough. We want to end the year with this gameplay system. It's going to fundamentally change every spaceship in the game
everything,
that we've been talking about for 5 years at this point. As far as every ship, we say it will affect every ship, and not every ship equally at the time of this release. My understanding is there's about 80 ships at the point of 4 or 5 release that have everything. There's about 30 ships in various states of conversion. Some have engineering screens but don't have physicalized components. Some have physicalized components but don't have engineering screens. Through all of it, you'll be able to use engineering one way or another. Last thing you want to say to folks as they're testing in PTU now, when they see this ahead of its intended release before the end of December.
yeah, so I definitely need to shout out like the people that have been sticking around with me and with everyone involved in that feature. It's a huge group, but the core people that really deserve a lot of like praise are Guillermo, and Scott. Those are my key personnel that without them we wouldn't be here. So with that out of the way, the feature is made to stay. This is Star Citizen. This is the definition of Star Citizen. This is what we always wanted, and finally we have it.
Where we've been talking about going.
And that's why you can't be mad about it. That's literally why you can't be mad about it. And if it's been there, if everyone's known about it, I've been here for a year and I've known it's coming, right? So a lot of people being mad about it, and a lot of people saying, it's like, what did you expect? If they said you're gonna do this, why are you mad now? You know, you should be mad ages ago.
The last 5 years, yeah.
It doesn't mean though that what you see right now is set in stone. So we appreciate all the feedback that we receive. We are aware that we don't deliver something that is perfect right away. So we need your help, as always, to point out the things where we can still improve. We are not done yet with engineering gameplay. There are still things that we have on the list, and we are consciously holding back those ideas right now.
Guys, imagine they do missions where you have to go rescue an Aegis or something. They say there's an Aegis, they're down, they need a power plant, or they need this, and you have to fly over. Then you have to go like take out fires in the Aegis, put in the power plants, and then you're complete. And when you leave, the mission is complete. Aegis flies off, or Polaris or anything. Or you can even do it with smaller ships. Or we have someone who's stranded. They need you to come bring this component, go buy this component, bring the component, put it in. This take away the fire, and then you're gone off and you get paid like $100 grand. That would actually be really nice missions.
Because we think we already gave a lot, and we are a bit scared of overwhelming the players a bit. And now we want to observe you playing that and basically figuring out what still needs to be added, or even what we need to adjust.
Well, that's Torsten Lyman on engineering, available on PTU right now. If you haven't jumped in and given it a try, do so. And yeah, as we head towards our December release for 4.5.
Oh, and as a coda, since we recorded this, we've also decided to add armor into this release as well. So keep a lookout for the upcoming engineering guide that'll go out with the release of 4.5 to learn more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all again next year.
Ah, damn, they just destroyed the Perseus. But yeah, nah, it's like, it's scary. For me personally, I'm not gonna lie about it. I do feel like it's gonna be a little bit scary because it's going to limit what I can do. And I don't even think it's gonna limit. It's gonna just mean I need to learn a lot more about the ships I use. I need to learn a lot more about the ships I use and how to keep them at the optimal. What fights to take, what fights not to take, what kind of missions I can actually push them to. What I can, like, hey, can I do a medium risk bounty or a high risk threat? And if I see a certain ship I know I can't fight, or if I do it, how long do I have to actually go fix my ship? How long do I have to actually save myself? Those are the kind of things I need to think about. I need to think about, hey, I'm in the middle of this fight, my shields are going down, I'm a little bit damaged, I better go retreat for a little bit, fix some things, then come back to the fight. I need to be able to like think like that and be more strategic. So I feel like it's gonna be a little bit scary. It's gonna be scary, but I feel like you can work around it. You can learn and adapt. We all have to adapt, but this game is just gonna be fully adapt. Like, you have to adapt to everything. And honestly, I am adapting really well. I don't know about you guys, but when new things come in, I'm kind of adapting around them. So I feel like I'm gonna be okay with this. Yeah, no, that's it. I feel like there's gonna be less big ships just being absolutely abused. And that's going to be a good thing, because we're going to see people not able to just come out with a big ship and just dominate because they're in a big ship. If they're solo and they don't have people in the big ships, like the amount of times we've, like, even with us, like we've had a few times where we are doing a group event or something and we are fighting a singular person. There was one time we were doing this Stormbreaker, no, not Stormbreaker, A Line in Mine. We spent like 20 minutes, like 5 or 6 of us, right? We were all in small ships. I was in a Terrapin. We had I think we had a Gladius out there. We had so many different ships out there, and we were all fighting an 1890 jump, and it was only one person in the 1890 jump, and we couldn't do anything. We had ballistics, we had everything. We couldn't do anything because the 1890 jump was just bullying us. They were literally bullying us, and we did nothing. It was 1v6, and we absolutely got wrecked because of the 1890 jump. That's not going to happen anymore. If we target certain areas, we're going to blow up your components and your ship is going to catch on fire. So now you can't just sit there and just big dog us, just big dick us. Like, you can't big dick us anymore. We will get your ship cooked. Like, we will cook your ship. And I feel like that's going to be fair. After 20, 30 minutes of fighting, can't take down a big ship because, yeah, it's just because it's a big ship. Yeah, you can't even burn anything. You can't damage anything. So I guess it's going to actually be decent for smaller ships, especially up to the medium size, you know? Oh yeah, we literally had a full Polaris at the time too. We had a full Polaris, and it took us a minute. When the Polaris finally got there, it still took us a minute to actually finish that fight, which is crazy from one person. So I feel like this it evens the curve a little bit. Yeah, there's gonna still be like big ships are obviously gonna be stronger, but it evens the curve a little bit. So I'm not too mad about it. I feel like I'm gonna adapt. I feel like everyone should be planning on adapting, because what is a game if there's no adapting? What is a game that doesn't challenge you and challenge your mind? Like, I see a lot of people complaining about the NPCs right now with their 100% accuracy. That is good. It challenges you. You have to adapt. It's probably going to be fixed, but until then, you need to adapt. You need to get better. You need to sharpen your skills. I do like sharpening my skills, so I'm not mad about it at all. You know, a small ship will not be able to penetrate. You know, no, I get that, but I'm saying, like, if you have okay, think about it, right? If you have 4 ships all shooting at the same point, even if they're smaller or medium, they should be able to do some damage, you know, especially when they have ballistics. Yeah, but it takes a long time, and that's the thing. Yeah, that's what I mean. The small ships, 4 small ships shooting at the same spot should be able to do some sort of damage, or at least start a fire somewhere, you know. But yeah, I'm not always the hardest about going to the PTU. I feel like I want to see how it performs in the PU, because no matter what the PTU just helps you get a leg up in understanding the systems. I like to hit it raw, man. When it comes in on that PU and we just get to hit it raw with anything that's working, not working, I feel like I like learning there. But in the future, I'll probably start hopping into the PTU myself. But for now, I'm going to be a PU guy and see what happens.